Can we big up Wings of Redemption, please? Can we please big up Wings of Redemption? Why do I say that? Because Wings of Redemption has gone viral because 2 days ago he got into a fight live on air during Local Live, during their Fat Camp thing. And I have to be honest, right? This whole drama is just entertaining to the core. And I don't even care about anybody involved, including Kelly, his wife that he pushed over in the heat of the moment. I don't care. These people are all gutter people, like disgusting bottom of the barrel people. Like you can legitimately look at these people and judge them. You can feel superior to them. But for some reason, because of the power of the internet and because they're locals, because of social media, they are their own form of like celebrity. So the thing with Wings that intrigues me, even Boogie, just following locals in general, and Darkside feel like DSP, these guys have taught me that number one, karma doesn't exist, right? In my opinion, I feel karma doesn't exist because all three of these guys, Boogie, Wings, and DSP, are able to make a really good living streaming online, and their content is shit across the board, and they're garbage people. Garbage human beings. Liars, cheats, you know, abusers, like horrible people, scoundrels, right? But they get away with it because people have to watch a car crash. So they taught me that karma doesn't exist, and they taught me how to enjoy a freak show just for what it is. Like, enjoy the oddity of these guys, because in reality, none of these humans should be on the internet. None of them. The internet is the worst place for them because they've obviously got something wrong with their brains, and they get trolled mercilessly. They get bullied mercilessly online. They get abused mercilessly online. It's non-stop. And they have to create like a reality distortion field around them that eventually breaks because it's hard. Like I think they call it, according to in DSP language, they call it pignosis, right? Where DSP pignosis is basically like he's basically able to like, you know, brainwash his fans into always giving him money, right? That's one of the things that people hate about DSP, myself included. But I think sometimes you can pignotize yourself. And I think these guys have to, in order to be functioning human beings, they have to pignotize themselves because they get so much abuse that if you just accepted it or you listened to it or you didn't pignotize yourself, you'd be fucking curled up in a corner somewhere. So they have to. But the unfortunate side about pignotizing yourself is that you eventually have a psychic break. Like something happens, you can't, you know, because your reality doesn't match up with what you're trying to tell yourself in your brain. So eventually it's going to break. And I think that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing Wings' reality breaking around him. But I also think this has been a constant ongoing thing because I watch Local Live here and there. It's a little bit depressing for sometimes, but I watch it here and there. But one thing that's been a running theme, I feel like, has been Wings' aversion to Keemstar's sort of love for manufacturing drama. Because I guess he comes from that particular YouTube era where like doing fake pranks, manufacturing drama, putting a bit of spice on the rice on certain bits of conflict for the views, for whatever, is part of the game. And he loves it. He's just going to ride that fucking train until the wheels come off because it's made him a fucking millionaire. But Wings hates it. But there's also another part in it, in that for whatever reason, Wings, like most locals, has a really outsized ego. They all have this. I don't know why. Especially Wings, Boogie, and DSP. They all beg on the internet for a living. Especially in DSP's case. He begs for tips on the internet to take his wife out for dinner. I feel like, or to buy groceries. That's the most like unmanly thing you could ever do. There is no way any man should be proud about begging people online for money to buy groceries or to take their wife out for dinner. But these guys do it on a daily basis. But they still have an ego of somebody very accomplished, somebody that has given something back to society, someone that creates great content. So their ego doesn't match what they do. It's really strange. So all that to say, I feel like this issue happened, or this fight happened, because number one, Wings has always hated Keemstar creating drama. And I also think Wings has always kind of seen himself as like, if not on the same level as Keemstar, above Keemstar. So the fact that Keemstar always reminds him that he's his boss and kind of sons him doesn't work well, and it's always chipped away at Wings' ego. And Wings' ego is crazy. Even though he looks the way he does, he's like 600 pounds. He's got horrible posture. He's balding. He's graying and he's only like, what? I think he's in his mid-30s or something, but he looks like he's 50, right? Like, he's super dumb as well, bless him, because he didn't graduate even high school. But he has this really outsized ego. So when he gets constantly reminded by Keemstar that he's less than, useless, lower, I'm the boss, I'm going to fire you, I'm going to fire you, I'm going to fire you. The people on the online trolling him, calling him useless. It's, you know, him trying to convince himself that he's not useless. It's no surprise that he broke, and this is what happened. This fight is fucking incredible.
You know,
it's a fucking lie.
You're even calling it a lie.
What part of it is not a fucking lie?
You're calling it a fucking lie.
What part of it's not a fucking lie? Tell me which part of it.
It's not a lie.
Right there.
It was a setup.
That's not a setup. It's a fucking lie.
And why are you getting loud in my face?
Because I fucking can.
Because I fucking can. And he can too. He smushed him in the face. He scratched his neck. And he exposed a very rare fucking Keemstar baldy. We don't really see it too often. And I'm actually surprised because Keemstar's clearly very self-conscious about his hair and his head. I'm actually surprised he hasn't gone to Turkey. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of surprised Keemstar hasn't gone to Turkey to go get his hair done or something. But then the second part of the beef is the best because he's still mad. He's still fucking furious and he's hearing Keemstar talking in the background. So he grabs what people thought at first was a gun case, like a little case holder for a Glock. That's what people thought it was. But luckily it wasn't. It was a box to hold the clippers. The WOW brand of clippers, WAHL. People thought it was a gun box, which would have been fucking crazy. But he wanted to get that box and bang Keemstar over the head. He was so fucking furious. This is the best part of the thing. Because this also includes him pushing Kelly.
Hey, go calm down. That's your wife, man. That's your wife they're hurting now. Calm down.
Get the fuck away from her. Get the
I love how Boogie doesn't get up, by the way. Boogie the fucking fat lazy shit. I love how he doesn't get up. There's a time lapse somebody uploaded of 11 hours where Boogie doesn't stand up once. Look at Boogie, he's still sitting down. He doesn't move a fucking inch. Honestly, it's such a freak show. But why I laugh at this, even though it's horrible, right? Even though this push, seeing this man physically assault his wife like this on camera isn't great. But you know why I laugh at this? Because she's been enabling this behavior from day dot. I remember watching a stream where I think they had like was it a relationship psychologist or psychiatrist or something along the lines there? Or something like that working with them. And basically they were asked, no, I think the issue was that Kelly was complaining, Wings' wife, of Wings not making an effort for her birthday. And basically Wings' answer was something that I would say about my own birthday. Like, I don't really give a fuck. I don't like celebrating it. I don't care. But when you're with somebody, even if you don't care about celebrating your own birthday, you have to celebrate theirs. That's just what it is. That's just what you signed up for when you're in a relationship. Especially if that's your flipping person that you married. You just have to put away or put to one side whatever your personal feelings are about birthdays and just celebrate your fucking wife's birthday. So he gave some really, really cold response about, I don't really care. Like, if I say my honest thing, you guys are going to cry. And then he says some crazy thing about, I don't care. Your birthday isn't important to me. Something wild, right? And he's been saying certain things along those kind of lines along the way. He kind of treats Kelly more like that's his mum or his grandmother as opposed to his actual wife. She also takes a lot of shit. Allegedly, according to people online, they've never fucked, basically. Allegedly to people online. They've never actually consummated the marriage. That's the theory online. They've never actually had sex. I think because she actually complained to some random guy that she was talking to and flirting with online. That allegedly her and Wings have never consummated the marriage because Wings is always playing fucking Dark Souls and allegedly he can't get it up or something, right? So, like, this woman is like in a marriage with somebody who I don't think loves her as a wife, maybe loves her as a mother and a guardian, and also doesn't give her any type of romantic love and, you know, sex, whatever is a big part of a relationship. Nothing of that comes along. And he also talks kind of badly about her. So it's no surprise to see this. And the other thing that's really upsetting, I guess, about this isn't just the push for me. The worst thing about this is not the push because in a weird, like, toxic, angry way, I could maybe excuse or, you know, the push in the heat of the moment, right? You're really angry with a person. Your wife is trying to hold you back, but you want to get to that person and knock their head off their shoulders. You're fucking furious. I can understand where you could see red and just push anybody that comes in your way, including your wife. But in most regular guys, decent guys' life, if that happened, immediately if you saw your wife on the floor or you heard her scream, you'd immediately snap out of the rage. You'd be like, oh my God, shit, I'm so sorry. You'd go and pick up you try and attend to her. Suddenly, whatever you were angry about doesn't matter anymore. But the most concerning bit about this is that Wings pushes her and kind of looks at her. Like he's kind of like, he doesn't give a fuck. If anything, he glares at her. He's standing over her. He doesn't once try and offer to help her up or anything. Like he just glares. And luckily she falls on the table. I also love how she falls, by the way. She falls like a fucking turtle. Like she can't get up. She's like laying on her back the whole entire time. And he doesn't offer her assistance once. He just like glares at her, stands over her. Look, he was even looking down at her when he's walking past. He's kind of walking down at her, trying to walk past. He really doesn't give a single fuck. And it takes people around him to say, hey, that's your wife, for him to finally say something. Or for him to finally pause and take a breather. But not once does he ever make an effort to go and like help his wife. I find this utterly amazing. So for me, I think they both deserve each other. And even when she got up as well, another lady came in and was like, don't touch her, you just fucking abused her, and was going off on Wings. And this woman was like hugging him still. See, he just finished abusing her basically. A woman steps in to help and she's hugging the guy still. So I think Kelly deserves whatever she gets. I know that's toxic to say this. I know it's very toxic of me to say, but she's a willing participant. She enables him. And he has been enabled for most of his life. That's why he's the way he is. He's never taken accountability or ownership for his behavior, never sought any help or anything else it may be. So they kind of deserve each other, in my personal opinion. But the show itself, I'm not going to lie, man. I think Keemstar might be a bit exploitative. Shock horror breaking news. I think Keemstar might be a bit of a piece of shit. To put these people on this type of a show, to put them on this type of a platform, on this type of a fat cam thing, knowing how they are, knowing how mercilessly they get bullied, the TTSs live on stream. This is not good, man. This is the most this is like a white version of something that you'd see on fucking Zeus. This is so exploitative. Like, because I didn't, before Locals, right? I said this before on Random Show before. Before Locals, I didn't know that narcissists exist like this. I thought to be a narcissist, you'd have to be like, you know, that Ashton Hall guy, the black guy is running really fast and drinking the water. I thought you'd have to be like built like a brick shit house, super successful, driving a G-Wagon. I didn't know narcissists existed who are like obese neckbeards. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you could be a narcissist and be an obese neckbeard that begs online for tips. But Locals have kind of opened my eyes to that fact. And they are sometimes, in my personal opinion, some of the worst people you're ever going to come across, especially people like Darkside Phil. So to get all these people on one platform, on one channel, and basically like let it have it and put cameras in front of them, you know, put drinks in front of them and encourage them or enable and encourage some of their worst behavior. I don't know, man. Keemstar might be a bit of a piece of shit too. Keemstar might be a bit of a piece of shit because of what he does to these people. But Wings have to take full accountability, so it is what it is. I need to see how it plays out. So far, Wings hasn't gone online, which is very surprising. He's usually quick to jump on his own stream, but he hasn't gone online in 2 days. He's taken a breather, so clearly he's going to go get some help, I'd imagine. Maybe because the trolling is going to be immense when he comes back. But it's a good thing he didn't go back straight on stream after he left Local Live, because he got suspended and shit without pay. Most likely Keem will bring him back again for the fucking story and shit. It's not gonna be a permanent fucking suspension, but absolutely incredible. I recommend you check it out. It's garbage TV, but I think it's better than any reality TV you're gonna watch online. It's probably even better than that one with fucking Montoya, that fucking Spanish show where they're all fucking each other. This is the another level of reality TV, because these people are some of the worst humans you've ever seen. But you can't take your eyes off of it because these people are undeniably garbage and they love to fucking show you. So I recommend you check out Local Live on YouTube. Please check it out. Please check